Hey guys, Gurmy here, back on the KyaniteCraft SMP server. Well, I'm getting ready to go on. I'm gonna hop online right now, see a few other people online. I just got back from town, running some chores. I live by myself, or I live with Hey Bell rather, so we share an apartment. So, yeah, I gotta do all the not fun chores, like, you know, going to the grocery store. Yeah, he thinks I just woke up. Going to the grocery store, you know, getting gas. She's at work right now, so you know that's just part of living and stuff like that. But today we're going to be picking up where we left off. Last time we got this enchanting table, and I want this to be a learning experience, or hopefully the series will be. So I'm going to try to teach you guys some of the stuff that I know. The way I got all that leather in the last one, in case anybody was wondering, is I went to the mushroom island and just killed a ton of the mushroom cows, and they drop a lot of beef, and they drop a lot of leather, of course, and you only need you need less than a stack of leather to make all these books, so that's just something to keep in mind. You need 45 leather is exactly the exact amount you need. 45 leather, and 45 times 3 is how much paper you need, and how much sugarcane you need for that. So just under 3 stacks, essentially, 2.5 stacks, somewhere around there. So today, guys, we're going to be working in the Nether a little bit. Let me show you some stuff that I have done. Okay guys, over here is where the Nether portal is, so let's go and hop in. That's Bryce's little area there. And I will demonstrate what is really neat about the Nether and why the Nether is really important. So besides the Nether having Nether quartz, which is great for experience, pigmen, which is great for pig farms, and of course Nether fortresses and all those good things, the Nether is great for traveling. So for every 1 block in the Nether, it is actually 8 blocks in the overworld. So let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how far it is in the Nether versus the overworld. And this is really good because you can travel a lot of land, or you know, travel a lot of distance by only walking 1 block. So by walking 8 blocks, you're actually walking 64 in the overworld. Like if I made a portal right here, 8 blocks away from this one, it would be 64 blocks away in the overworld, which is really, really cool. So we can use this to travel a long ways away to make hubs to other people's areas without having to do a lot of lengthy traveling in the overworld, which can be extremely bothersome. So what I did was I went ahead and went up here to where the bedrock is in the ceiling, and you know, I just mined up through the Nether, and you got to be careful doing this because there are lava pockets and stuff like that. But I just mined up. You can see the bedrock up here, and then this is where the hub is going to be, and then this tunnel goes back to Spawn Island, and we're actually going to be going back there today and doing some cleanup work before I do some mining sessions later in the episode, because now is the grindy part where I need like 4 or 5 really good tools, and I need to grind for those for some levels, and I need to grind for some basic material, diamonds, wood, stone, because I do want to build and terraform and stuff like that, but all that stuff requires wood. Anyway guys, that's enough introduction for right now. Let me take you back to the Spawn Island, and I'll continue. Alrighty guys, I made it back to the portal here at the Spawn Island, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of cleanup work around here. The reason I chose this seed was because it has an island spawn, and island spawns are going to control the way passive mobs like this pig spawn in the game. If you don't know how the algorithm works, which I'm assuming most people don't, the less spaces, okay, let me explain it like this. Passive mobs like pigs, stuff like that, throughout the world spawn at random according to how many mobs there are in this area. So now that I just killed all these pigs, if we stay here long enough, we're going to see some more spawn, and then also in the other parts of the world, more are going to spawn. That's how the algorithm works. So if you remove all the spawnable spaces from this spawn chunks, or the 16 chunks around the central spawn point, then more things are going to be able to spawn in your world, and that's always a good thing. Like, you always want more passive mobs, because more passive mobs means more food, more accessibility to farms. You can even make passive mob farms that are going to be able just to produce a ton of food. And yeah, so there's no downside to having more spawnable spaces in your world. So one thing that I'm going to have to do is remove this house that Alliant isn't built, and it's gonna hurt their feelings, I think, a little bit, because they spent the first day just kind of goofing around and making it. But in the long run, I'm going to have to remove it, and I'm also going to be placing water buckets down everywhere to try to remove all of the grass, and that's going to take some time. So that's what I'm going to be working on. I'll keep you updated with my progress. Hello everyone, I am back, and you saw there I enchanted some gear. I also went ahead and, the storm is loud. I went ahead and cleared out a lot of this area over here. Let's go take a look at this real quick. You see over here all those trees. I cut some of them down because, I hope that's not a fire. It is. Okay, it went out. I probably should turn fire spread off just so we don't have anything accidentally burned down in this jungle. But I went ahead and cleared that out so that later we can be building some stuff there, and I got a few material ready. But right now I'm actually going to head on over back to the spawn island, and I'm going to be placing a few torches. I have some big plans for that area in the future, but I don't really have the resources to do it right now. So for the time being, we're just going to light up that island, maybe terraform it just a little bit, because I did get a silk touch shovel, though it doesn't have anything on it. Let me see what else I got. I put a few nice enchants on this stuff. I got a looting 2 sword. I got this perfect fortune pick, which was nice, silk touch, and efficiency. So I'm going to be trying to upgrade those. But let's head over to the spawn island so that we can torch that area up so that new people aren't going to be dying to mobs when they join the server. Hey guys, I figured I would go ahead and show you my mining setup. So this is what I'm using to get a lot of my diamonds, which I don't have a lot right now, but this is how I got all my gear. So I came down to Y11. Y11, you can see it right here in the F3 screen, is like one of the best Y coordinates to mine for diamonds, because you can avoid a lot of lava. And then every 3 blocks I just mine it out until I have a full inventory, and I come back, and I've just been repeating that for a while, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I actually need to do a little bit more mining right now, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and extend this hallway a little bit more, because I've mined most of these, and we're going to go for a little mining session. So I'm going to do a little bit of mining. When I get back, we've already cleaned up Spawn Town. I cleaned up the area up above a little bit. When I get back, we're going to start laying out a road system so that everybody's areas can connect, because 3 or 4 people have already chosen some areas, so I want to give them some walkway and road options so they know where to build and how they want to build. And that is, that's what we're going to do next. Alrighty, I'm up here around the portal, and I figured that I would go ahead and make a circle around this thing, and go ahead and start with the actual design of the spawn town area that I had in mind. So that's what I started doing here just a few minutes ago. And so that's what I'm going to do. But while I do this, I want to talk a little bit about me and who I am, and kind of talk a little bit about how I started doing YouTube. If you guys don't know anything about me, then you're gonna learn a little bit. So I started doing YouTube back in 2011. I did Beyblade content under the name Jblader. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did Beyblade content under the name Jblader for probably 4 or 5 years. And I had a lot of support and a lot of like subscribers, and I really enjoyed it for a while. But then when the newer Beyblades came out, I kind of outgrew it, and I was tired of that content. And even though it was really fun to make, it's believe it or not, a really expensive YouTube, or it's a really expensive way to go. Oh, it's because I'm forgetting these 2 blocks. 1, 2, so it's 2 more. I was wondering why this wasn't lining up. But yeah, it's a really expensive way to YouTube, because you gotta buy all the toys, and I mean, I like toys and toy reviews. I'm a big kid at heart, but yeah, it was getting a little ridiculous, so I was like, I need to do something else. And at that time, I started playing Minecraft a lot, and I was like, alright, I'll just try making some Minecraft videos, and I really enjoyed it. And since then, I still have some stuff online, but to be honest, the majority of my channel I've reset over the years, so you're not going to be able to find a lot of content on them. But my main channel is called Cutiefly, or you can just search Jblader and find it as well. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me. I go to a university, I study graphic design, and I really enjoy that. I think it's a good challenge to be an innovative designer, and that's something like I try to do. And it makes you learn and experience a lot of new things. You're never working on the same thing twice. Every problem is a new problem, which is something that I like. So yeah, that's kind of how I picked up that. I also love playing music. I play multiple instruments, and I like playing a variety of like bluegrass and acoustic music. That's just kind of what I grew up around, and I enjoy it. It's pretty fun. I want to put some grass in here eventually. Let me go harvest a little bit of grass while I'm talking here. But I've been playing Minecraft since like 1.8. I've been recording SMP since like 1.8 basically. No, I've been playing longer than that, probably 1.6. I started recording around 1.8. And I still have some stuff online, some like old SMP episodes. All of them were called My Lithical SMP. If you guys want to go look them up, feel free to. And yeah, that's how I met a lot of the guys that I'm playing with now. And that's where my passion for the game came through. But I also love animation, I love gaming. A lot of stuff like that I think is really great forms of entertainment, and it's always changing and always evolving, which I think is really awesome too. We're gonna sprinkle in some grass around here, as if this area isn't walked on as much. Kinda like that. Yeah, and then we're gonna fill the rest of this in with coarse dirt. Coarse dirt's a nice block that they added, because it, you know, has that dirt texture, of course, but it never lets the grass grow on it. And I think it's also just a little bit harsher than dirt, which is kind of nice too. It's a nice contrast. Let's see what this water mechanic does. I'm not familiar with it. Look at the new water mechanics here. This part right here kept its water even though we blocked it off. That's so fascinating. So that's some of the new water mechanics that they've been talking about in 1.13, so that's really cool. Yeah, so something like that will look kind of nice. And then I'll sprinkle in some more blocks later. And I think I want to put a fence around this, or I want to like build it up or something. I don't know. I'll work on that, but I need to go get some more grass blocks for this part. So I'm going to finish this up, and I will be right back. Guys, they changed the way pumpkins work. I was making some jack-o'-lanterns for some lining over here, and they changed it so that now you grow a pumpkin, and it's a pumpkin. It's not a jack-o'-lantern, which is, you know, it makes sense. and you have to right click it with shears, and then it gives you a jack-o'-lantern. Well, it gives you a carved pumpkin, right? And then you put in the torch and you get a jack-o'-lantern. Anyway, I thought that was so, so weird, but it makes a lot of sense, I guess. So I'm kind of glad they added that. It was weird how, like, it would grow a carved pumpkin. But I'm going to collect a few resources here, mostly leaf blocks, and we're going to go over and place them over here because we're decorating this area. So let me decorate it a little bit, and I'll be right back. Guys, I just found out you can take coarse dirt and turn it back into normal dirt by using a hoe on it. Why did no one tell me this? This is so cool. So yeah, that's a little tidbit, but I wanted to put some wheat in there, and I put a little bit of decoration around the walls, and that is going to have to do it for now. I want to put a roof on this building, and I do have some ideas for it, but it's going to have to wait for right now. Because I need some more XP and some more tools, and I need to be working on the road system too, so we can get everybody connected pretty soon. But I think that's a really good start. I need to do a little bit more resource collecting as always, and a little bit more mining, but I'll be doing that off camera. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have a little cinematic here so you can see the progress that we've made in this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode on the KyaniteCraft SMP, the 1.13 Minecraft world. See you next time, guys.